Architecture of human brain. Architecture of human brain. Human brain is considered as the most advanced, most developed brain out of all organisms. God has created innumerous, infinite organisms, infinite heavenly body, infinite trees, everything infinite. But the most powerful, most developed creation of God is human brain. Now we have learned about in and out of human brain. Human brain has three components. Human brain, if we see the architecture, then it is frontal brain, parietal brain, occipital brain, cerebellum, and then temporal brain. This is one way that brain is partitioned, but there are logical partitioning also. Okay, logical partitioning is front brain, central brain, and back brain, though it is not correct physically. There is another logical partitioning is there is left brain and right brain. So these are the logical partitioning we saw. Now there are many kind of entity in the many system in the body, like blood system or circulatory system or respiratory system. Many times I have repeated. Okay, now ENT and skin system, and then endocrine system, excretory system, and so many. Still, there are so many. Okay, the system what we are trying to address is nothing but energy system. So in body there is energy system. What are the parts that are the base of the energy system? So brain part, then from temporal or cerebellum, the backbone starts and it ends till here. Full, it is called pind. Pind. So this pind is the base of the energy system. What is the excretory system? The waste part and then nose part. So this is the excretory system. We take oxygen and then throw away the carbon dioxide. This is part of excretory system also. So this urination or so and so. This is part of excretory system. Then circulatory system. Then what is circulatory system? Then blood vessel. Full blood vessel is circulatory system. Nervous system. Full nervous system is neurology. Like that, there is a energy science. Energy science means brain and then backbone connected till here. This is called pind. I don't know what it is called in English, but it is in Sanskrit. It is pind. So energy science is another science in the body, which has no medicine. Okay, for which there is no medicine made, so it doesn't come under any medicinal science. So whatever food we eat, finally it is getting converted into energy, and that energy travels from here, and from backbone it comes here. Okay, so it comes to temporal brain, cerebellum, and then occipital, parietal, and then it comes to frontal brain. As we talk that these front brain and parietal brain, typically whatever energy it contains, that is the God gifted. More energy generally it cannot get, so it is fixed only. Mainly it comes till here, and this is how our brain is active. This portion, if it start getting active, then the amplification we talked about, brain amplification, it is so high that person will start doing something that no one will able to digest. So God has made a law. Beyond that, he cannot go. These also they do amplification, but it is very less. Now, question arises is that three factors that we talk. One, brain receives energy through food. Another is through ambience. What is the ambience? Your ambience is okay. Your ambience is full. You are sitting with mathematicians. You are sitting with heroine, miss actress and actor and actresses. You are sitting with saints, saint. you are sitting with saints, or you are sitting with players, soccer player, ambience is different. If you are sitting with children, so everywhere ambience is different. So brain will receive different kind of energy at different frequency. Okay, and third is when you work, then brain cell starts coming into velocity. If they come into velocity, wherever there is a mass and velocity, then there will be energy. We have talked about it. So if there is a mass, then there is a mass and velocity, then there is energy. Energy is equal to mass into velocity. A formula given by the greatest scientist of the modern era, I would say, Sir Einstein. So we cannot call him Mr. Einstein, Sir Einstein. So he gave the E equal to mc square. Means if there is a mass and mass is in velocity, then that much energy it is generating. Or if I have energy and mass, then that much velocity it will generate. Like that. Okay. So one is generating the velocity and one is through mass and velocity generating the energy. So if you eat something and energy you get it, then there will be velocity. If you get ambience, then there will be velocity. But if you work, then velocity you are getting through other way. It will start generating energy, reverse fashion. That's why working energy is considered as the superior. Superior in the sense because it generates energy. So three kind of energy. We'll talk about food food culture that is that is crucial in three parts: food energy, ambience energy, and work energy that is getting generated. Two are passive energy, we get it, and third is active energy that we generate it. Maize and millet, food and food culture. Why maize and millet food is far superior to carbohydrate rich? Maize and millet like jaw, jowar, bajra, and maize is anyway there, madua, and other, they are the food grains called mota anaj, thick food grains, cereals. So they are micronutrient rich, and why they are far superior to carbohydrate rich wheat and rice that are carbohydrate rich food that are in culture now. Maize and millet is not in less culture and wheat and rice is in more culture. Maize and millet is completely out. No one eats that. It is a kind of, it was considered as poor. That's why I say never vote to this Indian National Congress. These are what I can say. If I say anything wrong here, then it will be a problem. So, means these people, means they completely destroyed this country at all. Means if I say prior to 1885, from 1885, this virus came into the picture. This Indian National Congress virus that came from 1885. Suddenly they started talking about religious harmony and this kind of thing. Food gone. So this maize and millet food that was in culture prior to 1885, slowly they started a different culture in India and democratic system and this system and SC/ST Act and this and that. So many rubbish they brought that actual food from human that we can that went up. So maize and millet and rice and wheat, what is the difference as far as brain is concerned? That is the discussion. So if I eat maize and millet rich food, then the net energy, I'm not talking about carbohydrate energy, the energy that travels from the backbone to the brain, that energy is different. So that is more if your food is micronutrient rich, that energy is getting generated more. So through backbone, that micronutrient rich food energy will reach brain, that will be high energy. If you eat carbohydrate rich food, that energy will certainly it will have macronutrients also, but it is known as carbohydrate rich food. I believe in the wheat only the carbohydrate is more than 50%. Okay, and rice also I believe 25-30%. These are carbohydrate rich food. Macronutrients are there, but they are secondary. So very minimal energy reaches the brain. Maximum energy for the body. Body energy is more. If you eat rice and wheat, immediately you will feel like I have eaten something. But if you eat maize and millet, you will not feel that sumptuous. You will not feel that much full stomach. Okay, there you will feel like I have eaten something. That essence is more in wheat and rice. So body power, what body power you are getting with the wheat and rice is very high, not high, very high. If you eat, then you will feel satisfied that I have eaten something. But if you eat maize and millet, those food, then net energy that is going to the brain, that is high. But body power will be less. That's why it came out of the culture. Now, people they do not need brain power. Earlier, the language was Sanskrit, which needs high brain power. Not required, right? Now it came. Now I am talking in English. It is far easy than talking in Sanskrit. So the mathematics, computation, and those things, that level was very high. No, it is not required. You can calculate with the calculator also. Not required. So the actual science that is required to sustain that is very low now. So maize and millet is not required. Now, so first benefit of the maize and millet, the energy through backbone that is going to the brain, that energy itself is high. That is the first thing. Second thing is the ambience. Carbohydrate rich food, they are cultivated in agricultural land through fertilizer and through tractor, power tiller, these kind of this kind of petrochemical based technology. So fertilizer and then tractor and then irrigation through motor and this kind of thing. The ambience when you go to the agricultural field where the flow is happening through tractor and fertilizer, urea and DAP are being scattered, thrown in the agricultural field, water irrigation is happening through motor and those kind of thing, or through canal and those kind of thing. The ambience what the brain is getting is very less, nothing. But if you go with the maize and millet based agriculture where fertilizer are cannot be used, maize and millet they grow through manure, cow dung, ox dung, okay, then buffalo dung. So okay, so these are called manure. So these are manure based agriculture, maize and millet. If you go to agriculture field where flow of the land is happening through ox, okay, through plow or hull, through ox. I'm not talking about through ox also. People generally they give a sign that through ox large scale agriculture cannot happen. Ox are good, but for small agricultural land or hilly agricultural land where tractor cannot move, for their ox is okay. But flat land and large agricultural region land where it is in 10-acre land or 100-acre one land is there, their tractor is the default way. Not true. Okay, big land, ox based agriculture, that is vanished, that culture is vanished. We will show it. So ox based agriculture is more industrious and more it is systemic culture, agriculture culture, okay, than the tractor based culture. So idea is that someone has to prove it. So mechanized agriculture, they call it mechanized agriculture. Mechanized agriculture is more powerful in ox based agriculture than tractor based agriculture. So if it is maize and millet, if you go to agricultural field, and then if you see the culture that large scale ox mechanized agriculture is happening, and through manure and water is coming from the ox based well, and then the ambience what the brain gets is powerful. So food is powerful to the. I'm talking about brain, not talking about biceps. Okay. So brain. So ambience is amazing, and then this is amazing. Now, when you eat those food, okay, you tend to work. If you get this kind of ambience where agriculture is happening through ox and those kind of things with that ambience, because the why it is bad nowadays, why it is bad to do agriculture through ox and plowing the agricultural field than tractor. That is easy, right? You just get the petrol or diesel, fill in the motor, and then it start pumping the water. Tractor fill the petrol, diesel, start using it. Urea you get from the in the sack, get the urea and just throw it, or through machine just throw it. But if you go with the natural way of agriculture, getting the manure is very difficult. You have to take care of the ox and cow, buffalo. That is very intricate and very, it looks easy, but it is very difficult. Okay, full time you have to think about feeding them, those animals, cattle animal, and then collecting their dung and cow dung, ox dung, and then you have to prepare goita, and that is used for food. Then you have to do manure, very difficult. Who will do that much? It's far easy to buy a fertilizer. So that culture is difficult. And then take and go to the agriculture, then with hand you plow it, and then with hut whatever, ox will keep round, and then water will come. That is very difficult. That is 100 times more difficult than you do the fertilizer and tractor and motor feeder based agriculture. That's why that agriculture went up. But the third part of the brain energy is work. More work you do, more energy it generates. Third party generated. So through maize and millet, the agriculture is not only the food, the full culture, the food culture of the maize and millet, all three possible way that brain will be energetic. That is through the backbone, it receives energy through the ambience and through the work. All three way it is powerful to everyone. Person who is doing, active person, farmer or passive person. Everyone it is superior. But only problem here is that you have to work. That's it.